They shaved your head, stripped you, burned your old name and handed you a jade hairpin. Congratulations, you're now property. You were once the daughter of a minor merchant, or maybe a farmer's niece. Either way, you had dreams once. You liked to sing in the fields. You had a favourite food. That's gone now, replaced by silk robes, hollow smiles, and a throne that can kill with a raised eyebrow. You live in the Forbidden City, but the truth is, you're the one who's forbidden. From speaking, from aging, from wanting too much. You're a concubine now. Your body belongs to the Emperor. Your thoughts, if you're lucky, still belong to you. And if you're not lucky, well, you'll find out soon enough. They chose you when you were 13, not because you were clever or kind, but because your waist was narrow, your skin pale, and your family's bloodline wasn't politically dangerous. That's it. That's the resume. You were herded into the capital with dozens of other girls, all silent, all shaking. A cart ride filled with sobs no one acknowledged, because crying was allowed, speaking wasn't. The selection ceremony was humiliating. Old eunuchs poked your teeth. Dowager consorts whispered about your hips. One girl fainted and was quietly removed. She was never mentioned again. You were one of the youngest, one of the prettiest. You passed. Or, depending on how you see it, you failed. They renamed you Orchid, because Malin sounded too common. Also, Orchid sounded delicate, quiet, easy to replace. You were placed in the second rank of concubines, not high enough to be safe, not low enough to be invisible, right in the perfect place to be watched. Every step echoed, every word carried, every mistake was recorded in someone's scroll. And the Emperor? He didn't look at you for 3 months. Eventually he noticed you. Not for your singing or embroidery or charm. He had a nightmare about tigers, and someone said you were born in the year of the tiger. That's it. That's why you were summoned. You were bathed in scented water, painted like a doll. You were told what not to say, then told it again, then told to smile but not with teeth. The senior consort corrected that with a slap. That night, you were presented to him. You lasted 17 minutes. The next morning, the palace tailors brought you new robes. So did the spies. Life as a concubine isn't glamorous. It's war, just fought with perfume, poison, and painted smiles. There are hierarchies, you see. The empress at the top, beautiful, cruel, and unmovable. The first-rank consorts, each with enough power to have you banished with a yawn. Then the second and third ranks like you, desperate, scheming, and terrified of irrelevance. Your job is to stay pretty, stay fertile, and not say anything stupid. 3 things your body's constantly trying to betray. Some concubines found power. They learned to manipulate eunuchs, bribe physicians, and even control what food made it to the emperor's table. Some, the clever ones, rose fast and only to fall harder. One girl was rumoured to have birthed a prince. She smiled too much afterward. A week later, she fell down the stairs. The baby never survived. You learn quickly. Joy is dangerous. Hope is louder than betrayal. And no one dies naturally here. Even your daily meals could kill you. You've watched girls choke on dumplings, and no one moved to help, because maybe it was an accident. Or maybe she insulted the wrong person 3 days ago. And either way, less competition. You bleed too much 1 month. The court physician says it's disharmony. The truth? You're just stressed and starving. But now it's on record. Disharmony. The emperor doesn't want to catch it. He stops calling for you. Your new robes stop arriving. Your attendants shrink from 4 to 1. The girl who replaced you, she's 17. Pretty, loud laugh. Terrible taste in poetry. She wears the hairpin you once had. You're moved to the longevity pavilion, which is code for retirement, or purgatory. Depends on your optimism level. There, forgotten concubines grow old. Some are mad, some whisper to dolls, some still wear their best silks, waiting for the emperor who hasn't visited in decades. You start to forget your own voice, but you never forget the rules. One day, a maid spills tea on your sleeve. You flinch, then apologise. To her. She bows and whispers, "You used to be beautiful." That's the closest thing to affection you've heard in months. Eventually your name is struck from the registry, not because you died, but because no one cared enough to ask if you were alive. Your family never saw you again. They weren't allowed. Your bones are buried in a shared grave for concubines of non-essential service. The inscription is generic. Your real name, Mei Lin, never makes it into any scroll. But here's the bitter punchline. The girl who replaced you, she gave birth to a prince, and she lived long enough to be poisoned for it. The palace never forgets, it just waits. So, how was your life as a concubine? Decorated? Controlled? Adored? Maybe for a month. Free? Not even in your dreams. But you learned to survive. In a place where every kindness was a test, every gift had a blade hidden inside it, and every smile came with a cost. If this story disturbed you, good. It was meant to. Because history isn't just about battles and emperors. Sometimes it's about the girls they forgot. Subscribe and hit that like button for more.